Welcome back to Clash of the Rams. I'm Jeremy Hayes along with Jared Doherty and Eric Russo. For our baseball segment, we're going to talk about how Derek Jeter played his final Major League Ball game this weekend as part of his farewell tour that lasted a little too long, in my opinion. So this was number 2's exit. What do you guys think? Was it too much? Eric, I know you believe you're totally fine with it.
Look,
let me know.
I will be the first to admit there were many parts of the farewell tour that were over the top. Chief among them, the RESPECT song that we had to listen to yesterday at Fenway Park. Over the top, exaggerated, too much. But this is one of the best players of all time. He's one of the most respected players of all time. He deserved to be sent off in the right way, to have fans appreciate him for all the great things that he did for the game. He deserved a send-off like this. He deserved to go into his most hated environment, Fenway Park, and get the send-off that he did yesterday. I have no problem with it. Everybody's saying that this was too much, this is ridiculous. Why? He's one of the best of all time. We may never see somebody so well respected and such a good player have any kind of effect on the game like this guy had. He should be sent off in the way that he was, bottom line.
I think farewell tours, when they're just choreographed and contrived like they were, I assume you watched yesterday in the afternoon of that ceremony at Fenway Park. What a nice ceremony that was when Queen Latifah comes, starts singing out a song, or whoever that was. Does anyone even know who sang that song? What was going on? I think it's so goofy. I think farewell tours are just a gimmick for goofy people. You give them an excuse to dance or something. It was awkward. When you have Dustin Pedroia giving him a signed bass, it's like, oh God, what is going on? Dustin Pedroia, you haven't even been there when the rivalry was actually a real thing. And then we have everyone on the Red Sox coming out to then congratulate him after. I thought that was a little awkward. And the whole entire piece of yesterday felt so awkward to watch. I felt so awkward for Derek Jeter. I just think these farewell tours, the year-long things, are just a gimmick and goofy and just contrived and awkward. What Derek Jeter did in his last at-bat at Yankee Stadium was awesome. Mm-hmm. And that will always be fermented in everyone's brain as awesome. But everything else about it, I could do without. I don't really care about any other part of it.
If I can go off with what you said with the Yankees, how it closed out at Yankee Stadium, all that's brilliant because it was the fans. It was fantastic.
It was real.
This whole thing of, we have to respect number 2 and everything. I agree. I think he's one of the best of all time. I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. But at the same time, nobody gets this type of ceremony like this. I mean, Mariano Rivera, I think, had an even better career, but that's going into something even different because I think he's the greatest reliever of all time. But anyways, the whole thing with even Red Sox fans, with as soon as he announced his retirement, all of a sudden Red Sox fans are looking for a pat on the back of, I respect a Yankee. Nobody really cares what the fans think. Yes, he's a great player, but just focus on your season.
I think it was great that you can have a guy who was hated in Boston while the games were being played. Look, we all sat here and watched Jeter play in 03 and 04, hated his guts because he was so good. Mm-hmm. And that's why. He always got it done.
I could hate a team.
He always got it done.
Buy into that.
He always had that hit the other way, that play in the hole, the diving into the stands that killed the Red Sox. Always. That's why we hated him, because he was good. So when all's said and done, and he comes and he retires and he comes to Fenway Park, everyone said, look, we hated you when you played, but you know what? You were one of the best. You did it the right way. We respected you. You're not Alex Rodriguez. You're not Jason Giambi. You're not these guys that everybody hates and hates them off the field for stuff they do. This guy deserves it. He deserved to get recognition. He deserves it at Fenway Park in an environment that he was hated for so many years. He deserved it. I mean, it's just everyone has to find something to complain about.
But you don't think it was over the top a little bit?
I acknowledge that the singing of the song yesterday at Fenway Park.
Well, I mean, just ignore
the scoreboard. The scoreboard thing at the beginning, putting up, we respect, Derek Jeter on the scoreboard. That was all over the top. But the middle part of that ceremony is what it's all about. It's the game. Let me finish this. It's the players saying, this is a guy we looked up to, this is a guy that we want to be like, I want to congratulate him. And that's what that ceremony should have been about, was that middle part, and I have no problem with that.
I absolutely agree with you that Derek Jeter was a phenomenal player. And that none of this takes away from Derek Jeter, I think, because I don't think Derek Jeter is the one that is setting this all up. I just think it's the Yankees. I think the people that are buying into this. I think this farewell tour for 2 years in a row has just been a gimmick for Yankee fans to make people go to these games and watch this atrocious team collapse on themselves.
Yeah.
They've been horrible. Same with the Red Sox. They randomly won the World Series last year, but I'm telling you this right now. Randomly.
Yeah.
If you replayed that season 100 times, that would never happen again. And the Red Sox would do the same damn thing with David Ortiz. It would just, that's what would happen. And I think the people that buy into this are really the cause of it. It's not Derek Jeter. Yes, he could have went about it a different way by not announcing it on Facebook, right? This Facebook post.
Yeah.
The beginning of the season, he could have went about that a different way. But it's not Derek Jeter. He is not the one who is pumping all of this. So I have nothing against him. It's just the people that are buying into this and the goofiness and the weirdness. It's terrible. I don't like year-long farewell tours.
If I can throw that out, it kind of reminds me of the word overrated. Like, if I ever call a player overrated, I'm not taking a shot at the player. I'm talking about the media and the fans, how they view that player. So it's just like the farewell tour. I don't think it's shot. I totally agree with you, and I think Red Sox fans bought into it because nobody's talking about how we're sitting at home during the playoffs.
There's nothing else going on. Why would you go to Fenway Park in the last 3 months? There's nothing going on. Just
please.
for goof.
I don't care if they were at 100 wins yesterday or if they were at 50 wins. He would have gotten the same reaction. It has nothing to do with where the Red Sox are.
No, I agree.
It has everything to do with what Derek Jeter was about. Derek Jeter could have came in no matter the situation yesterday, and he would have got that recognition. If you want to talk about the T-shirts and the hats and everything else that they were selling, fine, that's all crap. But the physical part of him getting recognition from fans and from other teams, what is wrong with that?
Nothing.
So every time one of the great players of all time retires, we should just forget about them and say, whatever, you're done. No, he should get recognition.
He should get recognition, but he should also not have a year-long, every single game recognition ceremony like this, have a parade for him and have people coming out singing and dancing for him. That's too much. But yes, you can recognize that Derek Jeter is one of the best players in our lifetime. Probably one of the best players in our lifetime that I have ever seen, at least. But my God, we don't need to be doing this. And I think because the Red Sox are so bad and because the Yankees are so bad, it just set it to a whole new element of goofy people over on Yawkey Way. Just people that go to sing and dance Sweet Caroline. It's a weird creatures that go to those games.
Close out, I think one thing that we can all agree on is that he does deserve the recognition. I think we all just don't see eye to eye with by what extreme and what level. But I think we do agree.
There's a lot.
Hall of Fame player, amazing shortstop. Derek Jeter's done, though. That's the last.
And so is Paul Konerko. Awesome, right?
Poor Paul Konerko, right?
Yeah, seriously, that's
another great player. He's not an all-time player, but he also retires yesterday, and nobody cares.
No recognition. All right. That's all for Clash of the Rams that we have today. That was a great segment. So, thanks, guys. From us at Studio 73, we'll see you guys next time.